Hi, this is Sheri Ann Richerson with experimentalhomesteader.com, and I'm here with Jeffrey Rhoades, and we're going to be talking about the X-Shade 1300 watt power inverter. He's holding it right there in his hands. And I do want to tell you before we begin that I did receive this item for free or at a reduced price in exchange for my honest review. So here we go.
Okay, just taking this out, trying to figure out what I'm looking at. Okay, oh, it's got a USB plug too. Okay, that'll make it nice to, because you can actually just plug a cell phone directly into it. This is designed, you can hook it up to a battery using like jumper cable type cables. You can also hook it into a cigarette lighter or AC or the auxiliary power plug in your vehicle. The truck only has the cigarette lighter, so that's what I'm going to be hooking it into.
They make converters for those for inside of a house too, where you plug one piece of it into your electrical outlet, and then you can plug a cigarette lighter into the other end. Okay. Does that go on pretty easily there?
Yeah, it's going to. This unscrews. They're color coded, so the red goes on the red side, the black will go on the black.
And then it just screws back in there?
Yeah,
okay.
And you just tighten it down.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let me kind of see what that looks like. Okay. All right. And which piece are you hooking up right now? The cigarette lighter piece?
Yeah, this is the cigarette connector.
Okay.
Or the auxiliary.
Okay.
And it'll just plug directly in. Okay. And you can hear this powering up. There's a fan inside. There's a power indicator right here. And that tells us that okay. I see. And that's showing that this has okay. We can turn it off. I hadn't realized that the power switch was actually on. But you turn it on and you've got power. You can plug in a USB port, you can plug in a regular plug, and we were going to plug in this HP Mini.
Okay.
And when we plug it in, the power indicator on here should show that it is charging.
Okay, so I will hold this.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and turn that off first.
Okay.
We'll plug it in.
Okay.
If I can figure out how to plug this in. Oh, there we go.
Okay, is it pretty tight?
It's not real tight. It was just, this is the first time it's being plugged in.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
We turn that on.
Oh, look, we have power.
There we go.
Okay, can we actually use this laptop? Let's find out. Okay, so I'm going to open it up here. I'm going to let Jeffrey turn it on because I'm sitting here with the camera trying to do this. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember. I've never used this laptop.
There it goes.
So.
There it goes,
okay.
Powering up.
Okay. And I don't know how well you can see this. And the flickering of the screen is nothing to do with the power inverter. It is actually just this laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just an extra laptop we have sitting around the house. But as you can see, it is powering it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do say, this will last, you can run like a portable stereo for like 5 or 6 hours off of your car battery, but your best bet is to start the car every hour to 2 hours if you're doing that, to keep the battery from draining too far. This does have an auto shut-off. If the battery gets to, I think I read 10.5 volts, it'll give you an audible warning indicator that the battery is getting to be too low for this to operate. Once it hits 10 volts of charge on the battery, once you've drained it to that point, this will automatically shut off so as not to do damage to your battery. So this is great for going camping with, for being able to power or recharge electronic equipment.
It would work great in an emergency situation too, wouldn't it?
Yes. It's great for emergencies. You know, it's got a couple of different style plugs. It's got the USB port. It's got the regular power outlet. It's designed. I'm not sure exactly what a couple of these other plugs are for. I'll have to look a little closer to see just.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there anything in the instructions that tell, like, the different things that'll power up, or?
I glanced really briefly through the instructions, so I didn't really see exactly all the specifics on it. But I think it's just a matter of various styles of plugs. I think maybe I'm looking at this power cord. It's got a plug style for a different type of plug, and I think it's more like the way this plug plugs in there. It's that same type of plug.
Okay.
So it'll power several different types of devices, and I'm not sure, because I haven't looked, as to whether you can power. It might actually allow you to power a USB port at the same time as this, so you could charge or operate 2 or 3 different pieces of equipment at the same time.
Did you bring anything USB with you that we could maybe try? Okay, you brought your power charger. And as you can see, like I said, this laptop is continuing to power up. We are outside, so we're getting a lot of glare. The flickering on the screen has absolutely nothing to do with this power inverter. It is actually something with the computer itself. So, and Jeffrey's going to try to plug in his cell phone here and see if it will power up while the laptop is still on.
Yep, shows charging.
Yep.
So we can operate, 2 or 3 different pieces of equipment at the same time. It'll plug in a USB port so you can charge your phone. So you can charge your phone at the same time you're operating a laptop, or a stereo, or whatever. You could plug in a lamp to this and have, a lamp or any kind of power, anything that draws AC power. Because what you're doing, you're converting the DC power of your car battery or truck battery, or taking the DC power and converting it into AC power to operate your other electronics.
Okay, so in a long-term power outage, you could run like a small lamp or maybe a hot plate. You think a hot plate would work?
Yeah, you could operate a hot plate off of this if you plug it in, but you're going to drain that battery unless you have some way of recharging the battery in a power outage.
Okay.
So, but off of a car, it would be hard to come out here and use a hot plate in the truck.
Yeah.
Operating off the car battery. But, if you had to, you could pull the battery out of a vehicle, hook it up to this, run it for a couple of hours, and like I said, it says that, you could run for 5 or 6 hours, draining the battery. They recommend recharging it, turning it on and running an automobile, because the alternator will recharge the battery every 1 to 2 hours. But if you had to, if you had a spare battery especially, pull it out, you hook this up, you could go 5 or 6 hours, operating. And especially if it's something that doesn't draw, like a lamp, it's not going to draw a lot of power, you could probably go for a lot longer. A stereo, a laptop, it's going to drain faster. But something like a lamp, you could probably operate that for 6 to 8 hours probably, without draining the battery too far.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jeffrey. And again, this has been the X-Shade 1300 watt I'm trying to get a picture up here. The 1300 watt power inverter. Very nice item. It does have some advanced technologies here. It says universal protection circuit, low interface technology. It has a compact design. I don't know how well you can see that, but there is actually a picture of a lot of different devices. Probably not going to get a real good shot here that you can power. There's even a printer there. Wow. So, alright, well, thanks a lot. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you're enjoying my videos. You can find my reviews on my blog, experimentalhomecenter.com, and also on amazon.com under my name. Have a great day.